All right, good evening, guys. Good evening once again. Welcome back. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It all depends on when you are watching this video or when you are coming across this tutorial on YouTube. Okay, this is a Brainybite tutorial. Okay, what we'll do here is that we'll teach you guys the tips and tricks on how to pass Jamb. Okay, so it's not only about teaching you guys the tips and tricks on how to pass Jamb. We'll also assist you pass Jamb. Okay, and we'll guide you till you gain admission. We'll probably help you to secure admission slot. All right, so if you want to become our member, what you will do is like you will subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, turn on the bell notification so that whenever I drop any amazing video or any update, because I promise you guys, I promise all my followers that I'll be dropping updates back to back. All right, so whenever I drop any amazing update or any amazing video that I want you guys to watch like this, YouTube will notify you like, hey, Brainybite just dropped this video, and you go there and check it out. All right, because by the special grace of God, what I always give out here on YouTube is always the quality content. All right, I don't just come here to give you guys anyhow content. All right, so that's why I'm here, to help you guys succeed. Okay, I know so many persons that watched some of my video before, they have commented, and some has came to my DM to request for more and more, and because of my busy schedule, I've not had time to do more of the videos. But I promise, just as the one I promised them, I told them that I'll be dropping this one today, so you guys will watch it. All right, so you guys will call them, because we only have few days to Jamb UTME examination, and we need this very video. Okay, so I know the topic of today. Let me not waste much of our time. Let me know, because I don't always like to waste much of our time. So let me just dive into the topic of today. So the topic of today is the easiest way to answer Jamb 2024 English close passage questions. All right, so I know if you have been following me or you have been following my channel, so what I always do is that I always teach the easiest way. The reason why I teach the easiest way is just like Jamb is not an avenue where you go there to check out brilliant or how smart you are. So what you just need is your score. So as you just go there to get your score and come back, then when you go to universities, you can show them they are very, very brilliant and very smart. All right, you can start there and do whatever you want to do. But for Jamb, we need to focus and get our score. All right, so that's exactly what we need, and that's basically what we need. So literally, we need to get the score. So that's what we need. All right, so that's why I always teach you guys the easiest, the simplest, and the fastest method, all right, to answer all of these questions. So many persons thought about close passage and all our comprehension and so many of them. So I'll be taking it step by step. So today we'll be looking at the easiest way to answer Jamb 2024 English close passage questions. All right, so this question, the other video I made before, I thought about spending much time reading comprehension and passage and close passage. So I didn't tell you guys you guys should be reading, should be spending much time to read those things. So what I only said in that video is that I say that so many persons will want to spend much time there reading all of those stuffs. All right, reading the comprehension and close passage. All right, so don't spend much of your time. So first and foremost, we'll be looking at this passage together. So we have the passage below. We have the questions. The passage below has gaps. Immediately following each gaps, comma, 4 options are provided. Choose the most appropriate option for each gap. Remember, what we are talking about is the easiest way to answer Jamb UTME close passage questions. All right, so that's what we are looking at, and that's what we want to answer today. All right, so before you answer any question, before you answer any close passage, don't just, some person will be like, they read number 1, blah 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 blah, they answer, they go to the next one to answer, they come back again, read number 2, go to the question again to answer. No, that's very wrong. All right, that's very wrong. What I'm teaching is a method that has helped me. I know that so many of you will come to my DM to start talking rubbish or to start commenting what I don't know. All right, so I'm teaching something I have taught to my previous candidates, and it helps them and they succeed. All right, so that's what I'm teaching. I don't just come here to say let me teach you something. And the reason why I'm coming to teach this thing is not because of those kind of individuals on my comment section. I'm here because of those persons that need it, of which I know them. So that's the reason why I'm here. All right. So don't just go start answering and blah blah blah. So what you will do, very first thing you will do, first of all, just use like 2 minutes to run the passage. You can use 2 or 3 minutes to run the passage. All right. What I mean is to run the passage is to read the passage, the first, just leave all of those blah blah. Read the passage. When you read the passage, you understand what the passage is talking about. Let's read the passage together. We have, with the most profound respect to the members of the Senate, I do not think that it is within the competence of that dash body to pass a motion to dash the executive action of the president. The Senate is dash of the National Assembly, but it is not by itself alone the National Assembly. One can imagine the confusion, which would be created if the dash were to take a view diametrically opposed to that reflected in the Senate's resolution. The strongest objection to the action of the Senate in passing the resolution is the fact that it constituted itself the dash as well as the judge of the constitutionality of the action of the president. The functions of the Senate is to dash laws, but the Senate has no authority or dash to control the president in the exercise of his dash powers. It cannot be a mere resolution or motion give any directive to the president regarding the exercise of his power, nor can it undo what the president has done in the exercise of those powers. The only way in which the exercise of the powers of the president can be dashed is by dash of the National Assembly, adapted from the Guardian of July 8, 1999, page 8. Alright, so now we have run through the passage and we understand what the passage is talking about. This passage is talking about the aspirants. Don't mind me. This passage is talking about the problem or the issues between the Senate and the president. All right, that's exactly what this passage is talking about. I don't know. You can best understand more than me. If you understand, no problem. So when you read that's the very first step. Just run through first. Once you just run through very fast and very, it's not as if you are running through and you don't understand. Don't say because I said you should run through, you start. No. Read, run through and understand. You will run through. While you are running through, you are understanding it, waiting the passage to talk about. The reason why you will understand what this passage is talking about is very simple. It's because of the options you are going to meet in the objective section of it. Your options they will give you. That's the reason why you run this passage the very first time. Don't just start and you say, with the most profound respect to the members of the Senate, I do not think that it is within the competence of the dash. You now go to here, blah 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 blah, to answer. You understand? So now let's come here. So you have to read and understand it. Okay, now you will have up to 10 questions to answer here. If you follow this my pattern, I'm just always telling you guys the easiest way or easiest pattern. Okay, if you follow this my pattern, I bet you you will get you. I know it's not as if you will not fail. It's not as if you not fail 1 or 2. All right, but the least you can get, that's the least you can get, is 8. The least you can get is 8, of which you know that out of 10 questions you answer 8 correctly. You are very good. All right, you are very good in that. First of all, you read the question. When you read the passage, you understand what the passage is talking about, then you come back again. Now we have read the first one. Now now it's time to answer the question. We have read the first one and we understand that this passage is talking about the aspirants between the Senate and the president. Now let's come again. Now the first one say, with the most profound respect to the members of the Senate, I do not think that it is within the competence of that dash body to pass a motion to dash. Now let's come. Of that dash body. Now let's come. We're talking about to pass a motion. Now let's come. We have the first one, executive. We're talking about Senate, Senate and the president. We're talking about Senate. So anything that involves Senate, executive is not among. That's past post. Administrative is wrong. Judicial is wrong. Of which we all know the government candidate will understand me better. So now that's to say that the correct option here is legislative. Okay. The reason why the correct option is legislative, let me mark it too. It is simple. It is very simple. It's very simple because we all know, and so some government students or some government candidates in the platform will know more than I do. All right, you guys should be able to know more than I do, because we all know that Senate has to do with the legislative arm, and they are saddled with responsibility of lawmaking. All right, they are the people in charge of lawmaking. Now let's go back to the question again. The question said, with the most profound respect to the members of the Senate, I do not think that it is within the competence of that dash body to pass a motion. So it's the Senate, it's the legislative. Okay, when you're talking about Senate. Okay, so now let's go to the question number 1. It is not competence of that dash body to pass a motion to dash the executive action of the president. Okay, to dash the executive action of the president. Now let's come. Number question 2 say to modify the executive action of the president to enforce the executive action of the president, to order the executive action of the president, and to nullify the executive action of the president. And one other thing is that when you are reading some of this passage, you will use another method, which is the word that collocates with the next one. Okay, what I mean by the word that collocates is the word that can go in line with the next one. Let's assume that after this motion to dash the executive, blah 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 blah, that word that can suit this gap between the motion to the dash, this number 2, where this number 2 is, let me point it here so you guys understand. You check that option, that word that can suit here, so that when that word suits here, if you are making that statement, you're like, when this word, that word that can match this statement here, I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. That word I can match here, that's another way of getting it right too. All right, that's another way of getting it right. So now if we look here, we say that to pass a motion to dash the executive action of the president, number 1 say nullify the executive action of modify the executive action of the president, no. Enforce the executive action of the president, no. Order the executive action of the president, no. Nullify is the correct option, right? Nullify is the correct option. So, but nullify is the correct option. Why nullify is the correct option is very simple. All right, nullify, the reason why is very simple. So nullify simply means to make legal null and void, or to invalidate something. So the Senate, being a legislative body, does not have the power to enforce, modify, or order the executive action of the president. You understand now? The Senate, being a legislative body, they don't have the power to enforce, which is the C option, to modify, which is the D option, or to order the executive action of the president. So that's why they only have the power to nullify. I don't know if somebody is following. Okay, if you are following, you also let me know in the comment section that you are following. All right, you see, but if you go to that place, if you go to here, that's the next alternative that I showed you guys. You see that body to let's read again. I do not think that it is within the competence of the legislative body to pass a motion to nullify the executive action of the president. That is word that best suits that place. Okay, that word explains everything very well, and you understand it. Right, now let's go to the next one, which is the question number 3. It says the Senate is dash of the assembly. Okay, the Senate is dash of the assembly. Oh, this question is too cheap. Even without knowing, even without looking at the options, oh, that's why I say government students will relate very well. They will understand me very well. Even without looking at the option, you find out that an anchor is wrong, an arm more likely, portion wrong, wig wrong. In absence of this, we'll go with arm. Now let's go back to that place. As question number 3, we have the Senate. The Senate is an arm of the National Assembly. The Senate is an arm of the National Assembly, but it's not by itself alone. Are you understanding how the passage is flowing? But it's not by itself alone, the National Assembly. Right? Now let's go to the next one, which is number 4. So we have, one can imagine the confusion which would be created if the dash were to take a view diametrically. Okay, now let's go to which would be created if the dash were to taking a view. Now let's go, which is number 4. Which is number 4. If A, the House of Representatives, more likely. B, the judiciary, more like not that's totally out of it, because we're not talking about all of us. Government people will relate now. They will understand what I mean. So government candidate, you guys will relate very, very well. We're not talking about judiciary. All right? So National Assembly, no. Executive Council, no. So we have A, which is the House of Rep. Okay? So it's the House of Rep. So now we want to explain the reason why we use House of Rep as the answer. So the reason why we use House of Rep is very simple as the answer, because we all know that in this passage, the author is discussing the potential confusion. Okay? You know, they are discussing the potential confusion that could arise if another part of the National Assembly were to disagree with the Senate. I don't know if you guys are really following. Okay? So that's the reason why I said you should read the passage the very first time. So when you read the passage the very first time, you will understand all about the passage. So when you are going to answer your question, you will know how you follow it up. Okay? So we have so we know that the potential confusion, okay, the author is discussing the potential confusion that could arise if another part of the National Assembly were to disagree with the Senate. We all know that the House of Representatives is another part of the National Assembly, so making it the best option. Sorry, I don't know if you guys are, I don't know how I will just explain this thing so that you guys will understand me. I don't know the better way to explain it so you guys will understand what I'm actually saying, all right, or what I actually mean. Okay? So judiciary is not part of it. National Assembly is not part of it, because it's already what we are talking about. Executive Council is not. So the best option there is House of Rep. Okay? All right. Let's go. Come on, Brainybite team. All right. Let's head to the next one, which is option number 5. Question number 5. Now let's go to the question number 5. We are on the question number 5. Okay. So we're on 4 before. We are taking a view, okay, oppose to that reflected in the Senate resolution. Alright. The strongest objection to the action of the Senate in passing the resolution is the fact that it constituted itself the dash as well as the judge of the constitutionality of the action of the president. Now, let's talk about here. All right. So first one is talking about attorney. The next one is talking about defendant. The other one is talking about plaintiff. Okay, so the other one is talking about plaintiff. So now, if you guys will know, I don't know, if you guys will know, this defendant and this plaintiff are more likely the same thing. So the defendant and the plaintiff are more likely the same thing. So now the option is now left between attorney and litigant. So we have to go with this. This is counsel. So the very option there, the best option there is litigant. That's the best option. So now let me tell you the reason why I say that is the best option. It's the best option because in the passage, the Senate is being criticized for overstepping its bond and acting as both the litigant and the judge of the constitutionality of the president. Of the president, I'm sorry. Also, a litigant is a party involved in a lawsuit which fits the context better than the other options, defendant, plaintiff, and a specific type of the litigant, but the passage does not specify which role the Senate is taking on. That's the reason why we took litigant. Right? So now let's go to the next one. The next one, this is number 6. Number 6. So if you are getting any value from this video, let me know in the comment section that you are getting value from this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to become our member. Alright, so you hit the subscribe button. So if you want to join us at the end of this video, I'll be leaving my phone number on the screen so that you can follow us, join us on the WhatsApp. Alright, so now number 6. Yes, yeah, number 6. Number 6, I guess that's what we have. The functions of the Senate is to dash laws. That's number 6. The function of the Senate is to dash law. This today class is just for government students. So it's for government students because that's the reason why I said they will be the one to relate. Okay, so the function of this for Senate is to dash law. Option A says annul law, B enact law, C create law, D compose law. So to me, I guess compose is not there, create is not there, more likely annul is not there. So the best option is option B, which is annul. Now let me tell you guys the reason why I choose annul as enact as the best option. Let me tell you guys. The function of the Senate is to enact laws. To enact a law simply means to make it official or to put it into action, which is the best role of legislative bodies like the Senate. Okay, it's the role of the legislative body like the Senate. You understand? So that's the reason why create could also work. Create could also work, but enact is more specific to the process of passing laws. Compose is more commonly. It's more commonly, but the one we are talking about is enact. All right. So that's the reason why we use the word enact. So now we are going to the next one, which is 6. We are going to the next one, which is 7. Go to the next one, which is 7. 7 says, but the Senate has no power or dash to control the president in the exercise of his dash. That's number 7. But the Senate has no power, has no authority or dash to control the Senate. Now let's go to the next one. So the snail has no might, strength, dynamism. The best thing that explains that thing is A, has no power, has no authority or power. Authority goes in line with power. That's why I say sometimes you can go with the word that could locate the next one. So it goes in line with power. So it has no power. Alright? So it has no power. That's the best option there. It has no power. Alright? So now let's go to the next one. You are coming at number 8. I want to rush so I don't make this video very long. We're coming at number 8. Coming at number 8. Number 8 says to control the president in the exercise of his dash powers. Okay, number 8. The process of his authoritative powers, no. Official power, no. Judicial power, no. Executive power. You understand? Executive power. We're not talking about judicial. We're not talking about official. I'm talking about authoritative. Alright? So that's it. So now let's proceed to the number 9. Because I'm rushing. Let me just rush. Because some of you don't like watching long video, but let me just rush so that we'll make this video a very short. So the only way in which the exercise of the powers of the president can be dashed is by dash of the National Assembly. Okay, let's go to the is by dash. Okay, let's read it again so I understand. Because the only way in which the exercise of the powers of the president can be dash is by dash can be standardized, order modified, standardized, order modified, no. Modify, order, standardized. Best option is regulated. Let's go to the last one, which is the number 10. Number 10 says is by dash of the National Assembly, is by regulated. The only way in which the exercise of the powers of the president can be regulated is by dash of the National Assembly. Now let's go. Is by dash of the National Assembly. Of course, we know what National Assembly simply means now. Decree is no, emotion is no, bill is no, and act of National Assembly, which is B. Right? So this is where we'll be ending this very class for today. Thank you for staying with me from the beginning of this video to the end of this video. So if you have learned something today, let me know in the comment section that you have learned something today. So there is a question that I always ask my candidate. I always ask them what I told them. If you want to succeed, you will always be asking yourself, what have I gained today? I always ask them, what have I gained today? Alright, this is a very big question. It looks somehow small, but if you want to ask yourself, if you want to succeed, always be asking yourself that question almost every day. Not almost every day. Ask yourself, what have I gained today? If you start asking yourself, what have you gained, you will see that you'll be fighting to get something every day. Alright, ask yourself, what have I gained on daily basis? Start asking yourself, what have I gained today? What have I gained today? You'll be fighting to get something today. Every day you fight, and when you are fighting to get something, automatically you are going far. Alright, so don't forget that this is Brainybite tutorial. So if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, give this video a thumbs up. If you actually understand what we said on this video and you love it, give the video a thumbs up. Okay, let me know in the comment section if there is a place you don't understand, if there is anything you want me to do for you guys. Let me know. Don't forget to turn on the bell notification so that YouTube will notify you when I drop any amazing video. YouTube will notify you and be the first to go there and check it out. Alright, so don't forget that I love you guys and I cherish you guys. So before I forget, I promise to drop my my number at the end of the video, so that, let me clean this board, so that people that want me to assist them in their Jamb UTME examination can message me on WhatsApp 09065424058. This is my official WhatsApp line. Alright, you can message me on WhatsApp for anything. Alright, I'll be right there to answer you. Alright, don't forget that I love and cherish you guys. Alright, so until I see you guys in my next video again, don't forget that Brainybite loves you, and we will keep winning, and we've been winning, and we've been winning, and we've been winning. We won last year, we are going to win this year again. Alright, so you guys will see it, we win this year again. So until I see you guys again, keep winning.